what is an input-output functions. Input-output functions. We have studied already some of the input-output function before the starting of the first C program. What are the basic functions, inbuilt functions used for performing input-output functions? You know, printf and scanf, right? Printf and scanf you have studied already, right? And we are using it every day in the program. And when I was taking about printf and scanf, I told you also there are other functions like getS, get character, get ch, get che, and all these are the other input-output functions. So why we need input-output function? You know that when we our main aim is for writing a program is for solving a problem, right? So we can't just write a program and keep as such. You have to give some input, right? You have to give some input, then only the program can process the data. After processing the data, they will be printing the output, right? So reading, processing, and writing of the data are the three essential functions of a computer program. Right? Reading, processing, and writing of data are the three essential functions of a computer program. So computer take data as input and displays the processed data or the result as the output. So what are the three functions? You know that it will be first we will be giving an input, right? When we did quadratic equation, that problem, no, what we were doing, you were giving the value for A, B, and C. And then by the steps, you know, we will be calculating the discriminant, and then we will be checking and calculating the root values. Processing is done. At last, what we were doing, writing or printing the data, right? We will be printing out the result, right? All are giving attendance only now. The class is getting over. Manoj, now only you are joining. So the program take data as input and display the processed data as a result. So input will be taken, output will be displayed. So the main thing, in order to check whether the program is ready or not, we will be checking it with the input and output. Methods are used to read input and to write output on a suitable input-output medium. What is our input-output medium which we are most commonly using? Keyboard is the mean of giving an input, and console or the display is the mean of getting the output. So based on the types of input and output, we can just tell that input-output functions have two categories. One is console input-output functions, and the other is a file input-output function. Console input-output functions are those which we are used in order to get the input and output from the standard input-output devices. Right? Standard input-output devices, we know that our keyboard is the standard input and display is our standard output. This category, I just took it from the net, but it's in the textbook they have not given, but we have a separate chapter for file input-output function. You can read input from a file and you can write output into a file. If you just want only to be displayed, we can have it like that. Or if you want to have get an input from a file and get a write output onto the file, you can use the file input output function. So moving on to the console input output function. In this chapter, we are seeing only the input output functions. Basically, we are not making any category also. We are just seeing all the input output function, but I just kept it in this way. All the input output functions we are going to study in these classes, and we are making another category. That one is for the formatted input output. Formatted input output, the other will be unformatted input output functions. So the console input output functions are those which get input from the keyboard and display output on the screen. What it console input output means, we are getting an input from the standard input device, which is our keyboard, and output are displayed on the standard output device. Got it? So the basically these input output functions can be categorized into two: formatted input output function and unformatted input output function. So you know that here formatted input output function, as the name implies, it is used for reading input from the standard input device and to write output onto the standard output, that is our screen. Standard output device is our display or the screen. And what are the terms which should be there when you are writing a definition for formatted output input output function? It is used to read an input from the keyboard and to write all types of data. Listen here, the difference between formatted and unformatted input output function is here both are used for reading and writing from the standard input output devices. That is, standard input is from keyboard, standard output is from screen. But one more thing we have to make sure that it is for writing all types of data, all types of data values. This should be there because in unformatted we cannot write all types of data. Here in a format specified, reading and writing all types of data in a format specified. We have learned already how to give the format specification. It is done using the format specifiers. What are the format specifiers? Answer in the chat box. What are the format specifiers which we have studied? Some of the format specifiers. Otherwise, you will continue sleeping. 35 participants. Nobody has answered till now. What are the format specifiers? Mamada has answered correct. At least one format specifier. Meenakshi has given. Manoj, Muhammad Suhail, GLS. GLS, it is integer or what is the format specifier? GLS. Percentage S, percentage D. Okay, you are writing data types. Good. Anyway, you attempted, right? Others are sleeping. Sahana, correct. Percentage D, percentage F. Anina, percentages. Okay. So these are the format specifier. So we have to formatted input output functions are used for displaying all data types. Okay, Janeshri, we know then all have message now. Janani, Sangvi. Okay, so in the format specified, we are specifying the format as percentage D, percentage S. Okay, good. So these are formatted input output functions are used to read input and write output onto of all data types, all types of data. See, I have written here. So this term should be there. Read and write all types of data onto the screen in the format specified. Required conversion symbol. It requires conversion symbol to identify the data type because we are able to type all types of data. So we need the correct conversion symbol identifying the data types. Got it? The formatted functions are, what are the examples for the formatted functions? Only two are there, printf and scanf. We will see in this chapter how we can get a completely formatted input and output using printf and scanf. Now the next thing is unformatted input output function. So we have to understand and learn the difference between format. This is a sure question for university. So unformatted input output function read single or multiple characters. Listen, in the formatted we told it will be reading and writing all types of data. Tejaswini, can you tell me an example for a formatted or definition for formatted input output function? Tejaswini. Are you there, Tejaswini? Tejaswini, I can see you on the list, participant list. She left. Okay. So I don't think that I am not seeing when you are joining late. I will not give attendance, Tejaswini, if you are not answering. Okay, scanf. So formatted input output function, we studied now that Here it will be taking all types of reading and writing all types of data. It can be integer, it can be float, it can be string or character, anything. But in unformatted data, we are able to read and write only characters, either single character or multiple characters. That too from the standard input output devices. Here standard input output devices are keyboard and screen. Understood? So the display and the keyboard are the standard input output devices. So we'll be able to read and write single or multiple characters. Understood? This is the difference between the formatted and unformatted. And one more thing is, here it doesn't require any conversion symbol. Here we need conversion symbols for undefined data. Here, as we are reading only characters, we don't want any conversion symbol for undefined data type. The unformatted input output functions are, so they will be asking an example. With the example means we have to give get character, get s, put s, get ch, put ch, etc. Okay, so these are the they will be mostly asking what is a formatted input formatted and unformatted input output functions. So give example for both. You hope it is clear. Formatted means printf, scanf and all, and unformatted is get character, get s, put s, get ch, put ch, etc. So you can divide this console input output functions as formatted input output function and unformatted input output functions. As I have told in the previous slide, formatted input output function can be used for reading and writing all types of data. There are only two functions. One is for reading, that is scanf, and for writing it is printf. While when we are going for an unformatted input output function, we can use for unformatted input output function only for reading single character or for reading multiple characters. You know that it is this integer and float cannot be read using any of these unformatted input output function. So in order to read single character, you are using get ch, get character. And for writing single character, we are using put ch, put character. For reading a string, you are using get s, and for writing, we are using put s. Is it clear? So these are the, this is a summary of what I have shown in the previous slide. So the unformatted input output, the simplest of all, when we are not using any conversion symbol, when we are when we are reading only characters, that will be, that too, it will be without any format. Format, I'll show you how we can give a format. So the reading, one example I have already shown you, decimal precision of float and all. If you want only 4 decimal places, how you have to show. So that format you can also specify along with the format specifier, right? So if you are not using any of these format specifiers, then it will be the simplest form of input output operation for reading a character from the standard input and writing the character onto the standard output. So the examples are get ch, get character and get ch. So for reading single character, it's not even more than one character, multiple character, it's only a single character. So this will be the simplest form of input output, that is coming under unformatted input output functions. All of these functions read a character from the input and return an integer value. So you know that when we are entering a character A or any of the characters, it will be accepted or it will be taken as an integer, but it will be they will be evaluating or used in the processing as a ASCII value, taking its ASCII value and returns an integer value. Okay, so this will be the unformatted input output function. Monica, this is the time to join for the class. Huh? Are you there? After joining for like 4-5 minutes, don't think that I'll be giving you attendance. Tejaswini? So unformatted input, as I told, get character, get ch, and get che. So these are the unformatted input. In your textbook, they didn't separately show for character and string, but still, here I'm just showing for reading one character, we'll be using get character, get ch will be for the non-standard. It is a non-standard function. This is a standard function for reading the character by character. This is a non-standard. Get ch and get che. Both are same only, no much difference. I don't know. I tried to find the exact difference between get ch and get che. There is no much difference between these two. Both are non-standard function. Both are present in conio.h header file. Got it? And both read a single character from the keyboard, and both doesn't have any buffer to store. Understood? So when you use get ch, you remember why we are using get ch? It will be displaying the output until we enter some key, right? I have told you that in order to hold the screen, output screen, you can use get ch, right? Until we give an enter, the output will be displayed. Result will be displayed. So get ch is whatever character we enter, it will not be displaying over there. Have you seen when you give an enter, it will go back to the program itself, right? It is what will happen then? It will be immediately returning without waiting for the so whatever character we are always pressing the enter key. So whatever character you enter, it will not be buffering and showing that character entered is A. You can see that it will be just moving on to the back to the program, right? But get character, it reads from the standard input. So these two are just they don't have any buffer and they are non-standard functions. But get character reads from the standard input, and if you want to check that character, because it is having a buffer, it will be storing the character entered by the user. Got it? So this will be example for the unformatted input. So I have given an example for the get character, one small program. So get character more than this, this get ch and get che. When they ask for unformatted input, you can give example for with this get character. Definition I have already shown, and list out get ch and get che and you and get character, but explain about if they are asking for an example, you can write get character, get char function. It is used to read a single character from the standard input. Standard input. So here, Murmila, do you have any doubt? Sorry. So as I told here, the get character, listen here, it will be a get character is a function which will be returning a value to the to a variable which is declared. Okay, so here it will be returning a character to the variable on the left hand side, which is declared as a character type. Here I have given an example. VAR is a variable which is declared of what data type? What is the data type of variable? VAR. I have declared it as a character data type. And then I am using the get character function, which will be returning a value to the variable VAR. So get character is a function which will be always returning a character value. Got it? Here it will be returning a character value, and it has to be assigned to a variable of character data type. Got it? Get ch and get che, it will be returning some ASCII value, or it can be used as a constant only. It will be taking the variable as a constant. But here you can see that get character, it will be returning a character. It has a buffer, a single buffer, which we can which can store only a single character. And if you want to print it, you can print using the value of var. Got it? So here that is an example for reading a single character. Suppose if you want to use get character function for reading multiple characters, what you have to do? You can use within a while loop. Got it? So get character function may be called successively